Hello, everyone. Welcome to another review of my stock list for this week, my watch list for this week. And this week, I really have four that I'm going to be sharing with you. And let's see what happens. I'm taking a smaller number this time and trying to see if I can make it a bit more sharper instead of the 10 that I have been giving before. So first, let me begin with the chart of Nifty and kind of gives us the picture of the market as a whole. And what's happening here, I'm looking at the weekly chart, and you can see that for several months, from April onwards, look at that, from April onwards, we saw a somewhat consistent move up, except for like 1 month, somewhere around June to July. During that time, there was a sideways move, except for that 1 month. It was all movement up. Look at that, all the way up until we got to October, the 18th of October. During that week, then we began with a downward trend, and we have to see what happens this week. And you'll see that somewhat of an indecision candle right there, a small body with a larger wick on the top and on the bottom. So what does that mean? We don't know. It could mean that it could go up or down. That's really what it means. And but look at the moving average. Okay, so for the overall market, it is still on an uptrend, although for a few weeks it's been a downtrend, but the overall move, the broad picture, is still on an uptrend. Let's look at what that looks like on the daily chart, and then you'll see that same movement there on a daily chart, but you'll see more zigzag. Okay, so the weekly, you'll see it much smoother. Okay, that's what's happening here. Look at that. Okay, so I hope you can kind of watch and observe. And I want to encourage everybody to spend time with your charts. That's it's going to be very important. Doing the homework, spending the time, looking at the charts, and especially the ones that you're planning to trade for the upcoming week. Okay, spend the extra time and the effort to go through that. Draw the lines of support, resistance, or if you find triangle pattern, channel patterns, and things like that, and draw that out and watch it carefully. Okay. Now on the daily chart, you will see for Nifty that you had the moving averages up, but then all of a sudden, when you come to this point, it looks like it's going to cross over and go below, and it would be like on a downward trend. Okay, that means that if you're trading short term, it could be a negative move. And if you're longer term, like a few months, okay, it may still be in the positive move. But we have to see what happens this week and next week. Okay, these are the stocks that I have some interest in for this week. First of all, Canara Bank. I'm looking at the daily chart of Canara Bank, and you'll see that that Canara Bank is, it's been consolidating for a few days. But what actually happened is that it went up and hit this resistance, went over the resistance, and then it retested. Usually, remember, as soon as it crosses over resistance, it will retest and come back down and then bounce back up. Okay. Now, if it were to bounce back up, that would have been a perfect time to enter that trade. But instead, what did it do? It just went straight down, okay, to the next level. This level would be a support resistance line, okay? And on the way down, this should be a support. Now, is it really a support? Did it support that that stock? Let's see. See, it went down and then it turned. See a couple of indecision candles, and it reversed. It went up, and it's right here. Something that looks almost like a very tight doji right there on the daily chart. So will it go up? Well, we have to wait and see what happens on Monday. I'm looking at the hourly chart now, and if you look at the hourly chart, you can see hour by hour how it came down, then just went sideways. It tried to go up above this resistance. Of course, once it comes down, that line becomes like resistance. It went over, and then look at this, and then it retested coming back down, and then it looks like a green candle right there. So, somewhat like a tiny doji. Now, we don't know what's going to happen, but so I'm looking for the possibility of this moving up. Okay, so I'm going to wait again, as I said last week. I'm going to wait for Monday and see if this has an upward movement. If Monday has an upward movement here, I may enter by the end of the day, or even Tuesday morning. But if it's a good one, then I'll look at entering in toward the close of the market on Monday. Why is that? Well, because if it moves up, maybe 1%, 1.5 or 2%, something like that, the move will it will come up, and then and that movement up will confirm for me that that this has become a support and it's about to go up. So if it confirms that, then I'm ready to enter. But that may be around by noontime that I feel like, okay, this is good. But then I'll wait for the sell-off. Usually in the afternoon, there'll be some people that will sell off and the price will come back down. The candle will form, the wick will begin to form on the candle, on the daily chart. And so I would try to buy on the pullback on Monday afternoon if it is a positive move. Okay, all right, next one is SBIN. Okay, State Bank of India, something very similar to Canara Bank. All right, and look at that. It went up, but the difference is this was the all-time high. So it touched the all-time high and it came back down again, going down consistently. And then here, this line, the support and resistance line. All right, the question is, will it be a support, or will it just, will it not be able to support it? Well, it went further below and then it came back up again. Look at that. And then now we have a red candle. Again, the same thing. I want to see, will this move up? Okay. Now the moving averages look good, but still the question is, will it move up? This one also, I'm going to wait and see Monday what is going to happen here. If it's a green candle on Monday, if it's going to move up on Monday, then I will count that as confirmation, and then I would try to enter at the toward the end of the day when when there is a pullback. Okay, that's what I would be looking forward to for SBI as well. All right, both of these. So it's like, which one will I take? Well, we'll see. All right, IOC, Indian Oil Corporation. All right, something similar to that, except look at this. This one here, twice, see, it hit this resistance line and then finally came down, but now it has already bounced, and I had not seen this, I had not noticed this. So look at that. So like I've said to you, see, this would have been the place to enter. All right, but then it went up a little further, but no, this would be something that I would be very interested in entering because it has confirmed that. And so even if I were to enter right here at the top, still looking at about 12, 13% or more. See that? We're looking at much broader profit here in Indian Oil. Now, how many days will it take to go up there? I don't know, but it's hard to know. And but if you look at the previous move up, that was a couple of weeks. And so the question is, are you willing to hold on for a couple of weeks or maybe even longer, up to a month, for about 13% gains on Indian Oil Corporation? And so if I enter this right here, if I enter this, well, where will my stop loss be? Well, my stop loss will be right below this support line, okay? Maybe 115.50 or something like that, or 115. And then my target will be here at 139.30, which would be that resistance level. All right. And the next one is ONGC. Oil and natural gas. Yeah, and I was going to remove these lines, but I left it there because I wanted to show you guys what is happening here. You see, it went on for, uh, we had kind of a channel pattern going on for a long time, and then it tried to break above that, but then it came back into that pattern again. So what I'm looking for here is, see, it has come back down, and this resistance or the support is being respected. It looks like, see that it coming right back up. So I want to see again one more day. Will it move up? If it moves up, then I'll take that as an opportunity. So today, this week, all four are in a kind of a similar trend. Okay, or similar type of moves that we're finding between support and resistance, except for ONGC, which seems like there is a channel pattern, but it seems to have broken out of that channel pattern. And let's see if it continues that channel. And it does look like the channel is getting tighter and tighter, but I'll keep watching this. Okay, so these are the four on my list. And I hope you're doing well with this. Please make sure to keep a stop loss on every trade and place your targets. Okay, because you might say, well, I'll let it go as high as it can. Well, it will go to this level. Like let's say, for example, that you go above here, and how far will it go? Well, it'll go to 177.55 probably, and or it might even see. This is something else I want to look out for. It might even respect this this trend line. We have to wait and see. If it respects this trend line, then we're looking at kind of a what do you call it? Lower profits. But if not, if it doesn't, then we might even see some resistance at these levels here, like 170.35, and even at 162.95, 161.85, somewhere on that point, you might see some resistance as well. So make sure to keep the stop loss. Last month was very difficult for me as I was traveling. Although I had stop losses for all of my trades, since I was traveling and the market hours were during the night where I was, I couldn't properly do the authorizations. And I had sent in the authorizations. Apparently they had some problems with that. And so I'm going to have to send it in once more. If my authorizations were sent in, then whatever I had set up would have I just stopped out, and I would have had cash that I could use to re-enter trades. So when I hindsight, even if I had my let's say, even if I had my um, authorization done and the stop losses were hit, my profits for November might have still been the same. Okay. Yeah, it might have still been the same. Now, of course, I didn't have any time to do day trading last month, so I couldn't gain any extra there through day trading. But still, my profits would have still been the same. So what's the benefit of the stop loss then? Well, the benefit of the stop loss would show up now in December. Okay, if I had the stop losses, I would have taken the loss, and then I would have gotten out. And then this month, I would have had more cash to trade with. Well, we'll see what happens. As it is, I've got, very little left over to trade with as it is right now. All right. Hope you're having a great day. And I hope you will have a great week. And if you have doubts and questions about this, please leave it in the comments, and be more than happy to help you out with your questions. Thank you, and God bless you.